That's grungy. That's dirty. Hi, guys. I sort of stole the studio today. As you guys know, we've been doing Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Rush. But I'm calling a big timeout, at least for me, because on June 16th, Queens of the Stone Age dropped their latest album. And it took a while to get here, so I'm really glad it's here. And I've been waiting patiently. So this is my love letter. This and the fact that you may not know anything about Queens of the Stone Age, and that's okay. But if you do like rock, then I bet you're going to find something to like about them. And I can't wait to share in Times New Roman with you. I'm a native of Las Vegas, and there is something very different about the atmosphere of this place and how it infuses music. Josh Homme, lead singer, he comes from 29 Palms and Palm Springs, that area, Joshua Tree. So that's higher desert elevation, where you could literally just walk out your back door and go get lost in the desert. Miles upon miles of nothingness. You know, you kick in old tin cans that have been there for 50 years. If you're from someplace that has a lot of weather, you get clouds, you get rain, you get all the different seasons. You have a plethora of different influences. But if you're in the sun all the time, you think, oh, wow, it's so good for you. It's just brightness. No, it's blinding. And then it does something to your energy. You sort of crave darkness. You want to crawl into little holes and places and hibernate. Like you like the shadows, you like the dark. So people who are fans of QOTSA might feel that way, especially when they hear their music. It's just like, oh, let me crawl under this rock or this cactus leaf, or, you know, sort of like track a lone coyote as they're skipping across the desert. It's that kind of vibe. So let's get into that. Just you and me and some music. First song is Obscenery. I love their titles. I love their titles and their lyrics too. I think Josh Homme does a lot of their lyrics. So the writing is my cup of tea. No expectations. It doesn't have to be like any of their other albums. It's okay if I just enjoy it for what it is and the journey that it is. I'm not hearing other songs of theirs in my head right now. I'm not. That's grungy. That's dirty. Good distinctive bass. It's like coming home. I mean, if you live in a cave. Yes, go to weird places. Oh, there's gonna be strings in this, orchestra stuff. I'm here for it. I love what they did to that sound. That's so deep. That's so meaty. It's gonna be a singable one. I slightly got lost there just a little bit because that felt super long for a first song, even though it's not uncommon for them. I think it was like Clockwork. No, it was Villains that had the really, really long intros thing, Feet Don't Fail Me Now. And that one sets up the tone for the whole album. It's like this. Yeah. And I'm hoping that's what Obscenery gets to do for the rest of this album. So we have orchestral stuff. We have that deep bass, but the really meaty qualities to it. And then the ride. They like to take a ride. This is their 8th album. And he does other band stuff like Eagles of Death Metal. So it's not like this is the sole thing. And maybe that's a winning combo because you stay fresh about what you want to do and when you come back to your band, it has evolved with you. You're not just grinding nonstop the same old stuff. I enjoyed that. I'm excited. Number 2, we have Paper Machete. There is some Eagles of Death Metal in this too. Is there nothing you can't replace? Interesting. Okay, I got flashes of Eagles of Death Metal and Desert Sessions. So Desert Sessions, they produce a lot of their music, or have in the past. And I think Joshua Tree, they have a production studio out there where they record a lot of the songs, and it takes on a certain vibe, but they'll invite artists and just jam and see what comes up. It's like letting the place inspire the music, but also what you're feeling, what's going on with the people who you were with. So that felt desert session-y to me. Okay, we're on song 3, which is called Negative Space. In the garage working on a very old custom car. Oh, love song-ish. It's like an anti-love song. He's so vulnerable. Like that to me is just like, yes! This is like clockwork. I'm loving that I'm getting all sorts. Mama likey. That wasn't just a breakup song. That was, and I'm totally stealing that phrase from somebody, an anti-romance song, which I prefer. Like, I love those, mushy ones. They did Make It With You. They do the sexy one, Skin on Skin. Like, those are your go-to, at least from the female perspective of just like, it's time to get together. And this one is like, it's time to break apart. Like, we don't mix. The oil and the water is slightly disastrous, even though at one time it was a great salad dressing. Next song number 4, is Time and Place. Ticking clock, ticking bomb. It's a nice bomb. Tell me about it. I like. Ooh. Wait, this might be the sexy song on this album. I'm getting This Is Naughty, We Should Not Be Doing This vibes. Here for it. He says it so sweetly. It's like how to insult somebody while they're naked in the shower. Yes. Yes. That feels like a sequel to Tangled Up in Plaid. That was on Lullabies. And if you listen to that song and then listen to this one, there's some eerie similarities. Slightly Burn the Witch too. But that one the last 2 songs definitely are high up on I will probably end up binging this song. Song number 5, Made to Parade. I love this whole progression. I don't know what musical instrument they're using there. That's fun though. Old school carnival? This feels ballad-like to me. Ballad in the Night Circus. For being halfway through the album, this is exactly where I would want to be as a listener. And I've seen them in concert. The first time I saw them was in City Limits in Austin. They were at the music festival. Oh my God, it was so epic. I could not have asked for a better experience than that. And I was at the front of the gate. You feel me? Like, I was one of those people. And just as they took stage, it started to sprinkle. And I remember Josh Homme looking up and he was like, it's meant to be. And I felt that. I was like, the whole crowd felt that too. I'm sure if you're listening to your favorite band live and you're getting the atmosphere and the audience attention as well, it's a magical thing. So being halfway through this set list, if I were at a concert, would be such a happy place for me because I'd be dancing, I'd feel mellow, but also satisfied and waiting for what's next. Of all the songs on this album, this next one is the one that I've been wanting to hear the most because it's Carnivoyeur. That pleases me so much. So much. Let's see what it is.
Nothing.
Yes, sir.
Nothing inside.
Yes. Fade away like love. Yeah. I've been in that place. Have you been in that place? There's nothing you can do but smile at that point. You're just like, oh, yes. 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 Expectations exceeded. Totally with that one. That might be my favorite. That might be the jam. That gave me little prickles on the back of my scalp. Number 7. So, album-wise, if I can think back to their other albums, not so much Era Vulgaris, but maybe Songs for the Deaf. There's a sweetening, slower cadence, and then a little bit of a pickup before they just become playful at the end. Like the end is a very playful thing to me. So we got 3 songs to go plus the bonus. This next one, What the Peephole Say. Not that I'm a giant fan of peepholes, but sometimes. Like that. What are you looking at? Okay, what am I looking at? I like that riff, that back and forth. Interesting. So far, this one feels the most commercially viable, which is ironic considering I think it's just like dissing what the masses say, which is, it goes perfectly with their branding. Josh Homme is that kind of rebellish person anyway, like social media, what? And there's a purity to that way of living, that way of life. Because yeah, I think you do get kind of sucked into what the people is saying. The small, tiny little narrow view. Song number 8, we're getting close to the end, and I really don't want it to be that way. What can we say about Sicily? I've never been there, but maybe the song will prove some enlightenment. More cowbell! Ooh. Man, that bass is on point in this whole album. Like, I'm feeling that to the base of my skull. Mm-mm. Oh. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Moment. Oh, I love it. Love it. This might be the favorite. Man. I love how almost all of these have these little transitions. The stories within the stories. Just keep going, man. Go wherever you want to go. It's like hypnosis. Listen to it with headphones too. Hot damn. Worth the price of admission. Wowzers. Wowzers. Like, I don't even want to listen to the other ones right now. I just want to listen to that one, like, again and again. The orchestral stuff that was there in the beginning, and it's finally back in here, like on song number 8. And maybe I heard clips of it, or like little snippets, something violin-y, cello-y in previous songs, but this one was the real deal. This one was just like popped down dead center. It's like, I know you were waiting for me. Here I am. Number 9 is Emotion Sickness. He did mention this in song number 2. Nope, song number 3 in Negative Space, I think. So if that's like a circular function for the storytelling, we will see.
Use once and destroy. Single servings of pain.
Single serving of pain. This is like the Dirty Dancing song, possibly, for this album. Oh, there's sweetness too. Very singable song. Very singable. That's fun. That was a fun transition. That is a really sweet song and really painful too, but in the best kind of way. It's like finding the blessings in sorrow. Number 10. Favorite title, I think, of the song. I loved Carnivore, but Straight Jacket Fitting, song number 10, is just, it paints such a great visual. It's like a tuxedo, but with buckles in the back that your caregiver must release you from. What's the expression? Rock out with your cock out? Interesting for the last song. What we got, boys? What we got? I'm glad the roaring, ferocious cat is back. The beast is back. Of course, he never left. Yes, sir. Safety's an illusion. Preach, preacher! I love it. Oh, if all the voices in my head were that consuming. Oh. It's like your invitation to lay back and surrender. Oh yeah, okay. Keep going. That's pretty. Man, what a great way to end a song. I am a sucker for a twangy guitar. That was just so pretty. It was like something you could kind of hear around a campfire, like with your buddies, and you guys have all been telling stories, and it's almost time to go in and like sleep. Oh man. Good job, gang. Good job. All right, let's do a wrap up. Every time I've listened to one of their records, I've been in a specific place in my life, and it's always been so appropriate. And this album feels like that, but it feels so much deeper and sweeter and sadder. Even than Like Clockwork, because there's some songs in there, like I Appear Missing. That one makes me cry every single time I hear it. It is so perfectly beautiful, and so it lets me access a part of my grief that has to do with family stuff in a way that nothing else does. It's just like, here's your ticket, feel everything you need to feel, and you're not alone in it. You're not alone in it. And this album to me feels like love, definitely love, but not your typical like lusty first attraction love, not even like the middle-aged love. And then there's this kind of love that comes from somebody or something has left. Like, even if you're with that person, the relationship will never be the way it used to be. And there's acceptance finally, after you go through all the other stages of just like anger and denial and, thrashing about. We can make it change. But there's like an acceptance of what do I do now that I'm alone in this thing, but I still have the love. I can't pull it out by the roots because it's a part of me. And it's so deeply ingrained with who I am that I have to accept it, even though the loss is kind of crippling and it like resonates. It's like its own separate heartbeat. And it's always with you and it never leaves. Not really that kind of loss, that kind of monumental loss. But in a way, that's where the deepest and the truest emotions live, because you have nothing left to lose at some point, that you can just be purely raw and human and know that time is of the essence, to savor it for what it is. That's sort of like the surrender to me, which does not mean giving up. It's the opposite of giving up, actually. I think he said it. Isn't, don't give up, give in. Like you're giving in, like you're falling into the arms of this thing that's sucking you in anyway. So like free fall, open your arms and just be like, yes. That's what this album meant to me. In Times New Roman, it's also appropriate because I'm a writer and I'm always using Times New Roman. I gotta talk to you about the whole liking and subscribing and pushing the icons and the notifications and the bells and the buzzers and the zingers. And yes, you want me to keep doing this stuff. And you want Mike to keep letting me do this stuff. I'm saying a heartfelt thank you to our patrons, because we can't monetize a lot of this stuff, and your patronage helps us a ton. If you haven't ever heard a Queens of the Stone Age album, listen to this one, then go listen to Like Clockwork, then go listen to probably Songs for the Deaf and Lullabies. That's what if you're a newbie and you're just like, you heard a couple of these songs and you're like, wait a minute, I might like them. Yeah. There's definitely some favorites in here for me automatically. It's going to be Sicily. Of course, you know, my Mike is Italian. So that kind of also, once again, makes perfect sense to me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I loved doing this. I was so excited to do this. You get to see a little bit about my background if you're so inclined while we do all of the Grady's and the oldies and the besties from the past 50 years of songs that really, really shaped what Queens of the Stone Age could be. There, I hear the influence of like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and like a whole bunch of other ones I haven't even heard yet. So when I go back and hear them, I'm going to be like, oh, this is the stuff that they were listening to too, but also hearing it through their own filters in their own time and place. If you like this kind of stuff, let us know. I hope you enjoyed it with me. Thanks again. My heart to yours. And I'll see you later. Bye.